So good morning to all of you. So in the previous lecture I discussed that current affairs on science and technology. Today I want to discuss that current affairs on social issues. Okay. So first and foremost one is Vidyadan 2.0. Vidyadan 2.0. Okay. So it's working on Diksha. DIKSAHA. Diksha means digital infrastructure and knowledge sharing. Knowledge sharing, that is the Diksha. Now what is the Vidyadan 2.0? Why it is in news? See, which aims to contribute e-learning contents and help children their learning anywhere, anytime in India. Anywhere, anytime in our country. That is the Vidyadan 2.0. So that means it is a online education. Online education in our country, anywhere, anytime in our country. That is the Vidyadan 2.0. So online course. E-learning means electronic learning. That means online course. Okay. Second current news. That is Global Educational Coalition. Global Educational Coalition. That is the GEC in shortcut. GEC. Recently, UNESCO, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organizations, has launched this GEC. GEC, Global Educational Coalition. Okay, and about GEC. See, GEC is a multi-sector partnership with international organization, private sector, United Nations agencies, okay, non-governmental organizations, civil society representatives, etc. It is a multi-sector partnership of all these organizations. The objective of this GEC, which aims to facilitate learning opportunities for children and youth during the period of this educational disruptions due to this deadly coronavirus. That is the main. See, it is a international learning for children and youth during the period of coronavirus. During the period of this coronavirus. Okay, that is the GEC. So Global Educational Coalitions. Next, third one, WHO, World Health Organization. See, because of this WHO, there is some crisis between US and China. That means we need to focus on that WHO. See, WHO is a specialized agency in United Nations organizations. It is a specialized agency in United Nations organizations. Okay, it is a three-tailed structure. One is one is World Health Agency. Second one is Executive Board Council. Third one is the Secretariat. That is the three-tailed structure. WHO is a three-tailed structure. See, so WHA, that is the World Health Agency, it is the main decision maker. Executive Board, second one is the Executive Board. So, mainly it is to implement whatever the action, whatever the decisions has been taken by WHA, World Health Agency. Whatever the decisions taken by the WHO. So that is the Executive Board main function. Okay. So recently, our Union Health Minister, Harshavardhan, who became Chairman of Executive Board. Executive Board. That is very important. It is a big advantage for India to control China. Okay, so that is the main important for us. Okay, next fourth content. That is a report on fourth content I am saying. So report on progress of Beijing Declaration. Report on progress of Beijing Declaration. That is the fourth current news. So what is this report? See, a report on quote unquote means double quotations, within a double quotation. So a report on quote unquote a new era for girls, or girls, taking stock on 25 years of progress, 25 years of progress, double quotation ended. So which is released by the UNICEF, that is UNICEF, that is United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund. United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, that is the UNICEF. So this report which was released by the UNICEF, okay, and planned international and United Nations Women, that is the main report. And this report from where it has been taken, when it was implemented, that is very important. Okay, now I will discuss that one. From where this report has been taken and when it has been implemented, that is very important. Now I am discuss that one. See, in the year 1995, world adopted Beijing Declaration and platform for this action. Platform for action. The most comprehensible agency, the most comprehensible policy agenda for gender equality. Policy agenda for gender equality with the main vision of ending discriminating against women and girls. Okay, so thereupon and henceforth the world countries following this action. That means what, whatever the China has taken these actions, ending discriminating against girls and women, same action the world countries also following. That is the report. Okay, that is the fourth current in news. Okay, next fifth one. So that is Global Social Mobility Index. That is very, very important. Global Social Mobility Index, which was released by World Economic Forum. Very, very important. Which was released by World Economic Forum. WEF. And the main, what is the main objective of this one? Which is aims to promote equally shared opportunities in their economies. Equally shared opportunities in their economies. Here, regardless of development. అంటే డెవలప్మెంట్తో సంబంధం లేకుండా అందరికీ ఈక్వల్గా షేర్ ఇవ్వటం అనమాట, అందరిని ఈక్వల్గా చూడటం, ఎకనామిక్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ ఆబ్జెక్టివ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్. See here 5 some key points, key measures of this index. Global Social Mobility Index. Here 5 key measures of this index. What are the 5? First one, health. Very, very important to prelims point of view. Health, education, technology, work, production and institutions. 5 key measures of this index. India has ranked 76 out of 82 countries in this Global Social Mobility Index. Global Social Mobility Index. Global Social Mobility Index. So 76 out of 82 countries India has ranked. It is very important. Next current news, that is the Global Gender Gap Report. Global Gender Gap Report 2020. Global Gender Gap Report 2020. Okay, in this one, so India has ranked 112th. So that means India has slipped 4 places to 112. Earlier it was 108. Now today it is as of 2020 112. India has ranked 112. And what are the key measures of this index? Here 4 key measures of this index. What are the 4? Economy, education, political empowerment, okay, next production and production. So these are the 4 measures. Here production means health. Here production means here health. So that is the 4 content. Once again I will repeat that one. First one is the economy. Okay, first one economy, second one is the education, third one is the health, fourth one is the mainly political empowerment. These are the 4 measures of this index. India has ranked 112th. Global Gender Gap Report 2020, very important. And this one also released by the World Economic Forum. Who released all these reports? That is very important. So this Global Gender Gap Report, which is also released by the World Economic Forum. Global Social Mobility Index also released by World Economic Forum. Okay, please keep in mind. Very important. Okay, next one. So that is HDR. Okay, HDR, Human Development Report. HDR or Human Development Index 2019. See, which is released by the UNDP, United Nations Development Program. UNDP, United Nations Development Program, which is released by United Nations Development Program. And what is this? See, India has ranked 129th out of 189 countries. 129th. Okay, India holds the rank. So 129th out of 189 ranks. That is the Human Development Report. That is the HDR, Human Development Report. Okay, so next important is PISA test. PISA test. What is this PISA test? See, so India will participate in this PISA test. What is this PISA test? So a program for international student assessment. That is the PISA. Okay, which is being conducted by OECD. OECD means Organization for Economic Development Program. OECD, which is being conducted by OECD. So Organization for Economic Development Program. Okay, so that is the main thing. What is this PISA test? See, this PISA test measures students in mathematics. They are conducting this test in the subject of mathematics, reading, okay, science, and next one economy. That is also called as money literacy. Next one, fifth one is that is problem solving subjects. Problem solving, decision making, and problem solving subject. So these are 5 contents. Based on this, so this test will be conducted in 2021. So this test will be conducted in the year 2021. India also will be participated in this 2021. Okay, main objective of this one is how the education system in our country, how teaching students, how teachers teaching students for further education, for higher education and subsequent employment. సో మన ఇండియాలో ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సిస్టమ్ ఎలా ఉంది, ఏ విధంగా టీచ్ చేస్తున్నారు ఫర్ హైయర్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కానీ ఓకే, ఫర్ హైయర్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కోసము, ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ కోసము ఎలాగా టీచ్ చేస్తున్నారు, ఎలా ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఉందో తెలిపేదాని కోసం అనమాట ఈ టెస్ట్. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ ద PISA టెస్ట్. నెక్స్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ వర్డ్స్ ఈకో నెట్వర్క్. ఇంపార్టెంట్ వన్ ఈజ్ ఈకో నెట్వర్క్, ECHO నెట్వర్క్. See, so which is launched by the principal scientific advisor to the government of India. So principal scientific advisor launched the ECO network to government of India. Mainly the main objective of this one is to increase research, knowledge and awareness of ecology and environment in our country. That is the main objective of this ECO network. Okay, next important one is the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. That is PMJAY. Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, PMJAY. Ayushman Bharat PMJAY. What is this one? It is very important. See, under this one, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. These 5 countries are top ranked countries in India. So with free secondary and tertiary treatments. Under this scheme, so these 5 states get benefited almost as much as 7,901 crore rupees. As much as 7,901 crore rupees they get benefited under this scheme because of their top positions. They are giving helpful treatment. They are giving some planned hospitalization. To cover 10.74. Poor and vulnerable families. That is the main objective. Okay, and what is this Ayushman Bharat? So we need to discuss that one. See, Ayushman Bharat is nothing but it is the flagship scheme of Government of India. Flagship means very important scheme of Government of India. So it was implemented as recommended by the National Health Policy 2007. National Health Policy, as this National Health Policy recommended. Based on these recommendations, this one was started. This Ayushman Bharat, the PMJAY was started. Okay, so this PMJAY is the second edition under the Ayushman Bharat. Is PMJAY. Is a PMJAY, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. What is this Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana? See, it is to contribute 5 lakh rupees for each family per year. 5 lakh rupees they donated for each family per year. See, remember here the family size is not taken, is not consideration. Family size is not consideration. For family 5 lakhs rupees per year. That is very important. Okay, so this PMJAY, Ayushman Bharat PMJAY is a centralized scheme. It is a centralized scheme, but the cost of implementation shared between central government and state government. Central government and state government. That is the PMJAY. PMJAY. Next, very important one thing is All India Survey on Higher Education. All India Survey on Higher Education. That is the AISHE. AISHE. So this one is being implemented by launched by Human Development Report. That is Human Resource Minister. Human Resource Development Minister, which is launched by the Human Resource Development Minister. Launched this AISHE. So All India Survey on Higher Education. All India Survey on Higher Education. So here, so 5 key points are there. 5 key measures of this survey. What are the 5? So mainly is the how the institution density. First one, institution density. They are considering the institution density. Okay. Next one, that is student teacher ratio. Student teacher ratio. That is the second one. Okay. Gender equality index per student expenditure. At the same time, fifth one is the gross enrollment index. These are the 5 key measures of this survey. So what are the 5 key measures of this survey? So first one is the main important is the institution density. That is the first one. Second one is the gross enrollment. Third one is the student teacher ratio. So fourth one is the per student expenditure. Fifth one is the gender equality index or gender parity index. These are the 5 key measures of this survey. Okay, so these are very, very important. Next very important thing is, so current news is the National Medical Commission Act 2019. National Medical Commission Act 2019. So see, which is recently our President of India gave assent to National Medical Commission Act. He gave assent to Medical Commission Act. National Medical Commission Act. See, this National Medical Commission Act, so as per the recommendation given by the Professor Ranjit Roy Chaudhary Committee.